I wonder, have you spoken to any of the Republicans who voted to expel you on Thursday night?
I actually happened to be on the elevator with the Representative Bud Hulsey who filed the resolution to expel me. I greeted him, and I also asked him, did he learn anything from this experience? He said that, it's part of leadership's decision to kind of ask him to file this. And, besides that was very quiet. But I think, the Republicans are in a point of reflection here in Tennessee, that what they did, they thought would happen without any resistance, but it has the world watching what's happening here. The Speaker of the House is trying to backtrack now. But like I said today, we are calling for his resignation. He is an enemy of democracy, and he doesn't deserve to be in that office as Speaker of the House any longer. And when I asked him, did he learn anything from this experience, he was silent. He's Representative Bud Hulsey from East Tennessee, Kingsport. And there was, really, I don't know if there was any, thing more said besides that, but you could see that there is a point of reflection happening here, that they thought their attacks on democracy would just happen without any type of resistance, without any type of accountability. But the opposite's happening.
Certainly looks like it. And he was talking there about the desire to get the Speaker, Sexton, to resign. I don't know how likely that is, but I love the pressure being reversed. And also, by the way, feel free to go take a look. Judd Legum has some great research he's done into Sexton. And it's very clear in the Tennessee Constitution that you have to live in your district. And there's some very compelling evidence that Sexton very much does not live in his district. So if anyone arguably should be kicked out of the legislature, we're seeing the beginnings of maybe a case to do that when it comes to Sexton. But can I also just quickly note that the name Bud Hulsey, when you say it fast, really unfortunate name. That's all. I'm not saying anything more. Do the math in your head. Conscious, what do you think about what you saw there from Representative Jones?
Hey, shout out to him. I hope he knows that he's inspired and empowered a lot of individuals throughout this country and really throughout the world. A lot of individuals that maybe didn't, I feel like they maybe wasn't able to see them personally in that position of power, in the position of a policymaker. Man, Justin Jones, you have really inspired me. You feel me? Just to be able to keep on doing what I'm doing and keep on doing it how I'm doing. So I feel like Republicans don't recognize how their conservative contradictions has just turned to a lot of courage and to a lot of correction and to just a lot of fuel to be able to do what to do. And then lastly, conservative contradictions. So you have rules and policies that you feel like everybody got to uphold to and or be expelled, but you can have a mansion in a whole nother county. You can say you want to care about taxpayers, but you can spend taxpayers' dollars staying in a hotel you shouldn't be staying in and paying for food you shouldn't even. I digress.
Well, one final thing I want to touch on this is a lot of people are asking, what about Justin Pearson? We're anticipating supposedly the vote for possible reinstatement will happen on Wednesday. And I've been following a lot of the interpretations of people who have a lot of knowledge about the local and state politics there, which I'm not by any means an expert on Tennessee. And they seem to go back and forth between it's probably not going to be unanimous, but it probably will be positive, to not really being sure. And I know that there's been some threats being made by state leadership to try to get some of the members to turn against him. But I just imagine at this point, and Conscious, you tell me if you disagree, if they don't send him back after Jones gets sent back, it is gonna make them look like the enemy. And there's already a lot of people who are ready to be really PO'd about this. So I think it would just be a really self-destructive thing to not send it back. But what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. It'll be shooting themselves in the foot again. We already see that everybody was able to recognize what happened and how it happened and why it happened. But when you have two individuals that are expelled for basically the same thing, and one of them are able to come back and the other one is, it shows a lot of inconsistency within the system. And I think that it just exposed the inequities, you feel me, and just how the system always already has desperate incomes for different people. So, hey, 2024, especially not only in the state of Tennessee, but throughout the country, it's gonna be very interesting. So we know regardless of what happens to him, he's gonna be able to travel this country to be able to give legitimacy and credibility to a whole bunch of different politicians or people that's trying to run for office. And so it's gonna to say the least, he will have so much power or so much influence, I should say, the Republicans gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have probably made this comparison, but it definitely feels to me like like an Obi-Wan Kenobi type situation. Like, yeah, you can strike him down. He's just gonna rise again, more powerful. Also, people feel free to draw a sort of Easter parallel here. He was gone for 4 days. That's not the exact same number, but they struck him down and he comes back. Like, I don't know. I hope they enjoyed the F around phase because I feel like they're just at the beginning of the find out phase.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.